Let us discuss this very important result. The result says value of gamma 1 by 2 is root pi. So this is very useful result. When we calculate value of any integral, when we solve any problem on beta gamma function, then 101% most of the times, okay, we use this result. So let us start to prove. In previous video, we have already discussed what is the relation between beta function and gamma function. That relation we are going to use. So I will write here, we know that, will you tell me please what is that relation? That relation is beta of m comma n is equal to gamma n upon gamma m plus n, right? So here I am going to put m and n, both of them are equal to 1 by 2. So let us do that. What I am doing, I am simply putting m and n, both of them are equal to 1 by 2. Okay, what will you get then? We will have beta, m is 1 by 2, n is also 1 by 2, right? In right hand side also we have to put m 1 by 2 and n is also equal to 1 by 2. So we will have gamma 1 by 2, gamma 1 by 2, and in denominator we have to add there. So that means gamma 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, gamma 1. What is value of gamma 1? It is 1. Okay, value of gamma 1 is 1. So let us write that thing here, beta of 1 by 2, 1 by 2, here gamma 1 by 2, gamma 1 by 2, that means we have gamma 1 by 2 bracket square, and value of gamma 1 is 1. So I will skip it. I am calling it as equation number 1. Okay, so in our previous videos we have seen one more relation. Okay, how to one definition of beta function we have seen, how to express beta in terms of integration of sine and cos. You remember that relation? I am going to write it here. So I will write here, we know that beta of m comma n is equal to 2 integration 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to 2m minus 1 theta cos raised to 2n minus 1 theta d theta. Okay, so in this result we put m and n, both of them are equal to 1 by 2. There also I am going to do the same thing. I am going to put m is equal to 1 by 2, n is equal to 1 by 2. Let us do that. Putting m and n, both of them are equal to 1 by 2. So what will you get? Beta 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 2 integration 0 to pi by 2. Here also I am putting m is equal to 1 by 2. Can you calculate that thing in your mind? So if I put m is equal to 1 by 2, 2 will get cancelled. 1 minus 1, 0. That means what we are getting, sine raised to 0. We are having here sine raised to 0 theta. Same thing will happen here, and we'll get cos raised to 0 theta d theta. You know that anything raised to 0 is 1. So that's why value of this term is also 1 and value of the second term is also 1. So what is remaining there inside the integration? There is only d theta. Right? What is integration of d theta? Theta. So this is equal to 2 theta 0 to pi by 2. I will put upper limit, I will put lower limit. If you put upper limit, you will have pi by 2. If you put 0, you will have 0. So what we are getting, 2 into pi by 2, 2 will get cancelled and its value will be pi. I will call it as equation number 2. Equation 1 gives value of beta 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2, and equation 2 also gives the same value, beta of 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2. That means what I want to say, left hand sides are same, so right hand side should be equal. So from 1 and 2, what can we write? Here what we get, there we get here gamma 1 by 2 square, and there we are getting pi. So therefore I will take square root of both sides. So what will happen, that square will get cancelled and we'll have gamma 1 by 2 here. If I take square root of this one, we'll have root pi. Okay, so yes, this is a required thing. So in this way we proved this result. Okay, make a screenshot of it, then we will stop. Thank you. Bye bye.